Yes, sir. Welcome back to Dimers TV as we continue with our team preview series. This time we will be talking about the Memphis Grizzlies. Okay, so the last time we checked, the Memphis Grizzlies had a 38 and 34 record. That was ninth in the Western Conference, but they did beat the Golden State Warriors and made it as an eighth seed. Now, as for their team stats, the Grizzlies averaged 113.3 points per game. That was 15th best in the league. So that was very average. And then for their rebounding, they averaged 46 and a half boards per game. That was pretty elite. That was fourth best in the league. As for their assists, they were also pretty elite in this category as they averaged 26.9 assists per ball game. And then when it comes to points allowed, this team allowed only 110.9 points per game. That was 10th best in the league. Okay, so let's now proceed to their key returning players. Their first key returning player is none other than Ja Morant. Yeah, so the former second overall pick had himself a season. He averaged 19 points per game, 4 boards, 7.4 dimes, zero point 0.9 steals, and a PER of 16.81. And had a multitude of highlights throughout the season. Their next key returning player is Dillon Brooks. Yes, sir. Dillon Brooks averaged 17.2 points per game, 2.9 boards, 2.3 assists, 1.2 steals, and a PER of 12.19. So though Brooks was a little inconsistent, he did have games wherein he just simply exploded or had those explosive scoring games. Their next key player is slow-mo Kyle Anderson. He averaged 12.4 points per game, 5.7 boards, 3.6 dimes, and 1.2 steals per game with a PER of 17.27. So he was very efficient, and at the same time, he was their probably or arguably their second best playmaker out there next to Ja Morant. Now, as for their rookie, they are adding former high school standout from Shera Canyon who played in Stanford last year, Zaire Williams. He was the 10th pick in the draft. So a lot of potential here. He kind of struggled in his first season in college or in his one and done season, but the Grizzlies still have a lot of faith in the potential of this young man. Now, let's now go to the depth chart. So this is the expected starting lineup for the Memphis Grizzlies this coming season. So we have Ja Morant starting at point, and then Dillon Brooks at 2 guard. Then we have Kyle Anderson at 3. And then, of course, everyone is hoping that Jaren Jackson Jr. will be healthier this coming season. He's expected to start at 4. And then newly acquired Steven Adams is expected to start at center. Now, as for the bench, so we have Tyus Jones, who had a lot of really solid games when it comes to, his assist production. And then you have DeAnthony Melton, Desmond Bain, who had a solid rookie season, and then former Summer League MVP Brandon Clark, and then another guy who had a solid rookie season, Xavier Tillman, the former Michigan State Spartan. And then to round up the lineup, they have the veteran Chris Dunn. They also have former lottery pick Jarrett Culver. And then their rookie, Zaire Williams. They also have John Conker and Killian Tilly. Okay, so let's now go to our thoughts and predictions for the Memphis Grizzlies this coming season, courtesy of the Dimers TV team. So let's start off with Sir Johnmer. So Sir Johnmer said, I hope Jaren Jackson Jr. will have a complete season. Ja will always be Ja. Thus, they are a must-watch team despite of their record. a play-in team for sure. Now let's go to Joseph Alfonso. So according to Joseph, Steven Adams will bring a lot of toughness to this young team. That's very true. And then according to Jonas de Guzman, a good young team with playoff experience. Ja will continue to improve and lead this team. I expect them to play hard every game. And as for my own thoughts and predictions, Ja Morant will take the next step this season. I also hope Jaren Jackson Jr. will be healthy as well. So the Dimers TV team expect the Grizzlies to have 40 wins this coming season and be a play-in team once again. So that is it for our episode on the Memphis Grizzlies. Again, thank you to all Dimers for always supporting our podcast and vodcast. Feel free to like our videos on YouTube and subscribe as well to our channel. Feel free to also like and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and on Instagram. And with that, we end our episode. We'll see you again on the next episode of the Team Preview Series. This is J.I. Dime saying, keep safe, everyone.